Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Old Guy in the Club podcast. This is the old guy. Haven't been in a club in a long time. Not the old guy in the club anymore. That's another old guy in a club, and that's another old guy in a club down there. That is Rob Zilla from San Diego, California.
Hola.
And that is Neil Jackson in New York City. Coffee connoisseur, entrepreneur, and all-around expert.
I don't know about that, but
I don't know. You were just giving us some knowledge on coffee. I mean, you could totally be lying and none of us would know. But
it's not really knowledge. It's just like, look, you know what? You want to know if it's good coffee, drink it black. That's all. Everything else is just masking it. Or enhancing it.
The same thing said for booze, right? Like that's. I don't see an argument there. Like you don't use really good booze to make a cocktail, right? Like you drink it straight, drink it neat.
Yeah, exactly. Roses are red. Happy Friday. And yes, it is Friday already.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm doing the stuff that I do like at the beginning of the show to make sure we're all set up, you know, for the
all right.
the listening public, the watching public. So you guys talk for a minute as I finish this up, and then I will jump in and dominate the conversation as usual.
Oh,
well,
Jesus.
then for everybody that is just joining us, welcome to the Old Guy in the Club podcast. As Justin said, he is the old guy. My name is Rob. I'm another old guy coming to you from San Diego, California. And down there is our good friend, Neil Jackson. And we touched on the fact that Neil is a coffee expert because if you haven't joined us in the last couple of episodes, Neil recently launched his very own coffee company, of which I'm holding a bag right here. It is called BRL Coffee Company, Beans, Rhymes, and Life, which is emulated after a BRL Twitch cast that Neil does almost every morning, if not every morning, here on twitch.tv. I got my first bag in just the other day. This is a flavor from an Ethiopian medium roast called Kiss of Life. I will tell you this. I'm going to plug this all throughout the show today because, Neil, you're our only sponsor. And I'm going to tag my sponsor.
Yes.
With flavors of blueberry, Concord grape, and chocolate. $17.95 for this bag right here. You can find it at brlcoffeeco.com. We'll put a link down throughout the course of the show here on twitch.tv. It makes a perfect stocking stuffer for the coffee lover in your life. Don't give them a Starbucks gift card. Starbucks doesn't need your money. Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf doesn't need your money. You know who needs your money? Neil fucking Jackson. That's who. So go ahead and pick up and put it in a stocking for the coffee lover in your life. With that said, welcome to everybody in our chat room. Roses are red. Hi there. Our modest Jenna. Happy Friday to you and everybody else here. Welcome to the Old Guy in the Club podcast. Justin Zotz, take it away.
I was enjoying that so much, I forgot I was hosting this show.
You said run with it. I ran with it, homie. That's what I do.
And I need a cup of coffee now, too. But apparently Neil is racist against white people because I got mine ordered before you, and I never got my coffee.
Whoa.
Yep, that's what I just said.
Maybe you should check with your, the postal service in your little red state over there because all of us blue states already have our BRL Kiss of Life coffee available online at brlcoffeeco.com.
Yep.
You know who's not racist against white people? Cafe Bustelo K-Cups. Not racist. Loves the white people.
What the fuck is a K-Cup?
You know what it is.
Dude, I had a long conversation.
In your state, it's a KKK cup.
Hey, apparently we're just as blue as you are these days.
That's because we priced out our state so much that we sent everybody from California to Arizona just to mess with you guys.
Your state, actually, I bet they were all gathering around like, are you sure, Blue? Are you sure? Before we release these numbers, are you guys all sure? Are you sure we want to go this route?
Now, there are some folks in the chat room that are also saying, like, Jay Payne, I'm in a blue state. I have not received my coffee. I have it on good authority, and by good authority, I mean Neil told us right before the broadcast. He sent out over 200 bags in the last 24 hours.
No.
250.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Why don't you just go with it, bro? What's wrong with you? Jesus Christ. Have you never lied to a girl in your life?
I mean,
I gotta be
Neil,
honest.
there's like 7,000 listeners out there. You
I
gotta
gotta
go
be
with it.
transparent.
We just exaggerate a little.
I gotta be transparent.
Let me lie to at least one person. Jesus, let me have my fun. Point being is, it is the holiday season, and I also, with COVID, I think shipping times have slowed everything down just a little bit. So it is on its way. Rest assured, it's coming.
It's coming. So.
Zilla, did you just invent a phrase? Has anyone ever used the phrase Twitchcast before? Because I've never heard it.
Twitchcast?
I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. I've just never heard it. And Zilla just called it our show a Twitchcast earlier, which
Trademark.
I would go and trademark that.
Stamp that shit.
Okay. I would have just said go with it, but
Sure.
yeah. All right. So speaking of coffee, I don't know about you guys, but I like to have a little something sweet with my coffee sometimes. Not in the morning so much. I'm not a sweet breakfast guy. I'm more of a savory breakfast guy. But when I have a little cup of coffee in the afternoon, I like every once in a while something sweet. Whether it's a coffee cake or a little cookie or a biscotti, as Nicky Chips put in his IG story earlier. But I had, this is from last week. But you know what I had yesterday? A Fig Newton. Okay? Now, how do you guys, I wrote some notes to myself. Are Fig Newtons for old people? That's the question I had for myself. And I don't know the answer because I love a good Fig Newton.
The answer.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Neil. I'll take it away.
Fig Newtons are the Werthers of what? What was the What was the company? It was like the Fig Newtons are like the Werthers of like those like desserts, those fast desserts from grocery stores.
If your grandmother kept a cookie in her purse wrapped in a Kleenex, it would be a Fig Newton. That's the equivalent. Ask anybody under the age of 30 what a Fig Newton is, and they're going to be like, you're in the headlights. They're going to have no clue what you're talking about.
Like, what the fuck is a fig?
I was going to ask to see if Jordan was here, my brother, and he just chimed in the chat that Fig Newton is easily a top 10 snack. I wouldn't go that far, but I do like myself a good Fig Newton. But does it make me even sound older and this might be an East Coast thing, if I call a little, pastry kind of cakey thing an Entenmann's, if I say, I'm going to have an Entenmann's.
Oh my God. You have instantly thrusted yourself into like 100 years old.
Oh man!
Did anybody else's families used to have the emergency Entenmann's? This is actually a bit from Sebastian Maniscalco.
I've heard it.
Where the family has the emergency Entenmann's that's strictly for company, in case somebody shows up. No, that's not for us. That's for company. Back when you could actually have company.
I typically don't like him. I don't think he's really funny, believe it or not. I know a lot of people do. But there's a couple bits he does that are really, that one, and then the one about someone ringing the doorbell.
Yeah. Also about company, it's all the same bit. Yep. It all stems from the same bit.
It is funny.
Claudia's I bet you like Little Debbie's too.
I don't know that I've ever had a Little Debbie's.
You had a Little Debbie's.
I don't believe I have.
When you were a kid, you definitely had a Little Debbie's.
I don't know about that.
Wasn't Little Debbie's the ones who came up with the ho-ho cakes? It was around that time. It was
I like ho-hos.
Wait, Little Debbie's a ho-ho? Where's the show going?
I don't know.
By the way, you can find Little Debbie on her OnlyFans. We'll put the link down on the very bottom.
I'm on OnlyFans right now looking for a Little Debbie.
There's definitely more than one. Little Debbie 69 is definitely on OnlyFans.
The West Coast equivalent, I think, to some of those was we had Hostess. Hostess cakes and snack cakes were really big out here, interstate bakeries.
What was the best? What was the best product from Hostess for you,
dude? So I used to love those pecan rollers that you could heat up in the microwave. like for about 15 seconds, and it was basically like a mini cinnamon sugar pecan pie. That was my jam. I really didn't care for Twinkies. I mean, I've had a few Twinkies on my life. I don't know if you guys can tell. But like, ho-hos, ding-dongs, not really my jam. Snowballs, you guys remember Snowballs? They were both in pink and in white.
I hated those.
Not a fan of those.
I was
either.
a Zingers guy.
Zingers were okay, but I like the butterscotch Zingers. And also in Philadelphia, so it's also very unique to Philadelphia is Tasty Cakes. So they used to have the butterscotch crumpets or the vanilla crumpet. That's a winning convenience store pastry for me.
Who makes the
DJ
chocolate?
Train just hit us with the Chocodile. That one I could go with.
Oh, yeah, those are
I had a short run with Chocodile. That's for sure. I had a short run with that, but man, I went in on those things.
Who makes the chocolate cupcake with the white squiggle on top? Is that Hostess?
That's Hostess. That's a ding dong.
That's a ding dong.
Wait,
no. That's a cupcake.
No.
That's a cupcake.
Because the ding dong is like the hockey puck with the squiggle on it.
Hockey puck with the filling inside. Didn't have a swirl on it. It was just like in a foil wrapper, and it was just a black puck.
Zilla's Googling right now. I
You're
can tell.
damn right
I
I
can
am.
definitely tell.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I'm looking at it because one, I haven't seen the inside of a liquor store in 9 months. And this isn't exactly on the top of my snack list. I'm just looking for. Yeah, you're right, Neil. That's exactly what it is.
I had a short run with that one too.
They also make so they actually make a ding dong and a ding dong cupcake apparently. So we're actually both right.
They made a ding dong. Oh yeah, they did. They did.
It's a ding dong cupcake.
That my favorite of all those kind of in a box cupcake pastry type things is an Entenman's coffee cake.
Old.
So which old folks home do you go to get that, Justin?
I don't even know if they have them here in sunny Arizona.
Are you? Is this an act? Are you genuinely liking this?
I genuinely love when I go to Starbucks. Maybe once every couple of weeks I'll go to Starbucks and get a coffee and like whatever pastry they have. Might be like a cheese Danish. I like Danish. Also for old people, but I normally go for a classic coffee cake. I love that. It's delicious. No,
and it goes good with coffee, dude. So I started Googling because that's what I do, and apparently Hostess now has a series of iced lattes that that are made with like they have a Twinkies iced latte, a Ding Dong iced latte, and it's bottled very similar to Starbucks bottled coffee, but they've got all of the old flavors from when we were growing up as kids.
Does it come with a referral to
diabetes in a bottle.
to a diabetes doctor? Yeah.
Damn. But not for nothing. That does sound good though. I won't.
Oh,
it doesn't.
Please don't say that,
dude. A zinger coffee.
You were just telling us that your coffee should be black.
Yeah. No. I'm not saying I would buy it. I'm just saying it sounds good. Like Big Macs sound good to me. I'll never eat any of that shit.
Big Macs are delicious.
Oh, God.
I don't eat one. Maybe 2 or 3 times a year I'll have a Big Mac. They are delicious.
No argument here.
With me here?
No, they're not. Okay, they are not the largest restaurant company in the world by accident. I mean, let's just take 2 things and compartmentalize them. One, nutritional value and deliciousness are not on the same plane, right? So McDonald's, the vast majority of their shit has no nutritional value whatsoever. Doesn't mean that shit don't taste good. Because McDonald's French fries are good, Big Macs are good, chicken nuggets are good. They're not good for you. You shouldn't have them every meal. But man, when you get that treat, it's a good treat.
So, Hannah Girl brought up apple pies. I used to love those from Hostess.
Oh,
that one
man,
and the
those
cherry
were
one.
so good. They had that like crusty crust to it. Oh,
there was like a sugary crust.
Yeah,
speaking of sugar empanada.
Speaking of apple pie, it's exactly like it's exactly what it's like. That's really good.
It's a sugar empanada.
Oh, that's so funny. Speaking of apple pie, yesterday I needed a little something sweet in the afternoon, and I was kind of looking through my cupboard, and I couldn't find anything except a leftover apple pie from Thanksgiving. And I said, it's been in there a week. Should I eat this? So I ate it. And then I asked Zilla. I sent Zilla a text. I said, hey, you think I could eat this after like a week? He's like, well, I wouldn't. And I was like, well, I'm glad I asked you after I ate it. So, but I didn't die. I mean, not yet.
Yeah, you're still here.
Yeah, I'm still here.
I did put an asterisk on it, and I'm like, well, it depends on where the pie came from. If the pie, if it was like the run-of-the-mill like pie that you would get off the shelf at your local grocery store, chances are that shit is so loaded with preservatives, it was sitting on a counter for 2 weeks before you even brought it home, and it's going to last the week after you cut into it. But if it was like a pie that was made at home, that there were no shortcuts, this, that, or whatever, yeah, that shit was probably done by Sunday. Like, you know.
Hey Zilla,
Yeah.
would you mind logging off and logging back in? You're a little pixelated and your audio's kind of not good.
I don't mind. Don't mind at all. BRB.
All right. Hi, Neil. Now that he's gone, we could have some fun. Just kidding. So,
Nope.
hey,
right.
There he is. He's back.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
And now you're on the bottom.
He was like,
Just
all
like
right, now that he's gone, we could have fun. I'm like, I don't think that's gonna happen. But
Yeah. The minute I go, listen, this goes.
Oh, it
None of
goes
this
way
happened.
sideways. We know that.
All right.
So the title of this episode is, I actually forgot what the title is, but it has something to do with December. Can you fucking believe it's December already? Because I can't.
the title
this is unbelievable.
Is it really December already?
Is
That's
it
the
really
title.
December? My original title was December, LOL, but then I changed it to, is it really December already? I think. There we go. Thanks, Jenna. Is it really December already? How the hell is it December already? I was in Vegas. Actually, I've been in Vegas a couple times, but right before shutdown, I was in Vegas, and it feels like it was 2 weeks ago. And that was March 6th. Like, what the fuck? This is unbelievable. How is this year flown by like this? Is it just me? It can't be just me, right?
That is amazed that it's December now.
Yeah, like the year is flying by. You would think in like this situation it would drag on, but not for me. It hasn't. What about you guys?
I feel like everything's been flying by.
Yeah.
And it's surprising because I haven't really gone anywhere. So
It depends on the mood I'm in. There are times where I feel that it has been flying by, like both of you, and there are times where I just feel that it is just dragging. I don't know. It just really depends on my mood and how I'm kind of viewing circumstances at that moment. I mean, I can't believe that, I ask Alexa, but before Alexa answers, hold on. But I'll be like, how many days was March 13th? And she'll be like, it was 262 days ago. Like, that's insane. And that's how long I've been, for all intents and purposes. For those who know me well, I don't really leave the house. Like, I'll go for a drive, I'll go get some fresh air. I'll go for a little bit of a walk. I'll hang out in my backyard when the weather's nice. But beyond that, nope. Like, I'm not going to crowded places. I'm not socializing by any stretch of the imagination. So I don't know, man. It's a mess. It's December, and I don't believe it's December, and yet it feels like, yeah, it is December. I don't know.
Speaking of going out and socializing, have you guys been reading up about like all these politicians that have been like announcing their stay-at-home orders, but they've been like out at like the French Laundry and out down in Cabo? Like, I think the mayor of Austin was in Cabo. Like, this is unbelievable. It's like, hey, you guys, you people, you just go stay in your houses, but I'm going to be out here living.
I have an opinion.
Let's hear it. That's why we're here.
My opinion is this. If you're going to take a leadership role in this country, if you're going to talk the talk, you need to walk the walk. And that is completely, that is nothing. There's no partisanship I don't want to hear anybody saying anything about this state, this party, that party. It is a blanket statement that covers the whole thing. That if you're going to take a leadership position and you're going to be issuing edicts about how people should behave, then you should be in that same, those rules should apply to you the same way they apply to everybody else. Point blank, period.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. 100%.
Because how else are you supposed to take people credible on? How else are the things that that's not coming out right? It's very hard to take people seriously when they're talking about things in matters of public safety when they have a demonstrated record of breaking their own rules. Because if it doesn't apply to them in this circumstance, why should anything else apply to them? And then we just end up spinning in the same, the hamster wheel just goes around again and again, and we're in the exact same place. And as my sister said, Zilla for governor, so help me God, I think I could run and I could beat Gavin Newsom. I should primary his ass. I really think I should primary him.
I think I could beat him. I'd vote for you. I'd move back to California just to vote for you.
That's what I'm talking about, son.
And then I would quickly move back after you win. I will sublet my apartment, move back to California for a little bit.
Or I'm going to move to New York. I'm going to crash on your couch and become the next governor of New York.
Dude, you should do it.
Both states need a change. I'll tell you that much.
Listen, the whole country needs a change. Hopefully, I don't wish ill on anybody, not a soul. But LA is shutting down.
You're too nice,
dude. I don't know if I shared this. I don't know if I shared this in last week's podcast. Did I talk about the conversation I had with my pulmonologist?
Your what?
My pulmonologist. No. Okay.
Well, before you get into that, let's give a big shout out to William Lifestyle. Our friend just jumped in the chat.
Hey,
what's up,
William Lifestyle? What up, friend?
You should bring him into the stream.
But all right, I'll keep this super short. For those that don't know, I'm a lung cancer survivor. I lost most of my left lung surgically because of a tumor a handful of years ago, and because of that, I have a very I have a relationship with a pulmonologist and a primary care doctor that oversee my overall health. With that said, I had a conversation with my pulmonologist last week, and I asked point blank, because the pulmonologists for my health insurance company, this provider, is actually responsible for the ICU and the ER at 3 hospitals here in San Diego. And the response was, our ICU beds are at 30% filled with COVID patients. This is very much serious. And they are so of the mindset to keep me in place that they've basically said, we will put you on disability, because I'm so far behind the 8 ball with my diminished capacity that they'll put me on disability to make sure I stay home, because someone with my medical history probably, if I get it, won't have an ideal outcome. So that's not like something that you get anecdotally. That's not something that I heard from a friend who heard from a friend. I'm telling you that this is coming from a pulmonary disease specialist who has worked on my case for a decade. This is real. That's all I got to share with that. So there you go, friends.
Wow. I mean, anybody that doesn't think it's real is a fucking moron. You can. Have you been on
Facebook? Have you been on Facebook lately?
Look, yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, you can choose to go live your life and be out there and throw caution to the wind. But if you don't believe that it's real, you're just a dick. Like, come on.
I mean, this was going to be my grinds my gears, but I'm going to throw it out here right now that there are people in this world that feel that the rules do not apply to them. By the way, shout out to, the governor of California, the governor of New York, the mayor of Austin, Texas, which you touched on earlier. Also, big freaking shout out, as in my early grinds my gears, and I'll find another one by the end of the show. The couple in San Francisco that tested positive for COVID and still decided that they wanted to get on an airplane, fly to Hawaii with a whole bunch of people, like they knew they were positive,
no way.
Still lied about it. got on a plane. They were arrested at the airport when they got there because they lied about their status.
They should be. They should be
And, I
arrested.
mean, like, they were arrested for reckless endangerment. Like, like you can kill somebody.
That it kind of reminds me back when HIVs first started coming around, and there were people out there, banging out other people and not telling them that they were HIV positive. And I think that was the same thing, right?
One more time, Justin. I'm so sorry. We're getting a lot of commentary, and I was kind of looking at some of the commentary that we're getting in the chat room. Which, by the way, I know I say this every week, but seriously, guys, chime in on this because we want to definitely share your thoughts and your opinions on this. We haven't done a really big deep dive on this, and we try to keep things light. But we're here, so let's just talk about it. Like William Lifestyle says, the saddest part is that there are many people here that don't believe it's real, especially out here in LA. Another thing is that it's happening is that the deaths that are taking place that aren't COVID related on their death certificate, COVID is being added. That's a fact because my boy's dad just passed away, and that's what they put on his certificate when he died from something different. William, I got to tell you, I don't know too much about that. I will say this: it's a felony to put something to forge a death certificate. It's a crime. There was an analogy where if you're a diabetic and you go into insulin shock while you're driving down the freeway, and you go into insulin shock and you veer off the side of the road, do you die from the impact of the car crash, or did you die from the diabetes? They're both contributing factors.
What's the answer? Is there an answer? Because that's a good one. I don't know the answer.
Well, because what they show is, if you've ever seen a death certificate, it actually shows like, well, this person died from this, which had a contributing factor of that, which was a contributing factor from this other thing. And all the potential causes are listed. It's not a singular, if a person is, and we'll use, you're out in the woods, you're a diabetic, you get attacked by a bear. You go into insulin shock, and you die from your diabetes. But what propagated that? You are a diabetic. You have a pre-existing condition. Did the diabetes kill you, or did the bear? Well, they both contributed to your death. Well, I'm just telling you. I mean, just because you were attacked by a bear doesn't mean that you weren't a diabetic. And just because you have a pre-existing condition doesn't mean that COVID didn't contribute to your untimely passage. Sadly, but I guess anything's possible. I'm not discounting, William, by no means am I discounting the experience that you put up there. This thing is so screwed up on so many levels. And at the end of the day, everybody's suffering, whether it's emotionally, whether it's financially, whether it's, economically. Everybody's got some skin in this game. We just need to figure out how to get the hell out of it. That's it. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
I was waiting for that. I wasn't going to jump because I knew that was coming.
That needs to be an emote.
Yep. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
So, with us being in December, I think most people would agree that now is the time for Christmas decorations. I still think it's too early.
Nope.
Now, when I was a kid, we never got a Christmas tree until Christmas Eve. That was our thing. Now, I don't know why. Maybe it was because they were cheaper on Christmas Eve. And that's all my parents could afford. Like, I really don't know the answer. Or if that was just like, oh, well, this is our thing. We're going to go out on Christmas Eve, get a Christmas tree, and then, put it up. That was our Christmas Eve. But, like, I have fucking lights on my house now. We're about to move the goddamn furniture inside so we can put a tree in there. Like,
do you actually have furniture?
Yeah. All my furniture's here except for 2 nightstands. Of course, in my room, the guy that paid for everything.
Yeah, of course.
It's fucked up. But yes, I believe, and I'm sure this is no surprise to anybody, I believe it's too early for fucking Christmas.
You just really don't like the holiday.
I don't. Because it's all about fucking presents these days. If it was all about family, like Thanksgiving is to me, then I would love it. But it's just Thanksgiving with presents. And the present thing puts stress on everybody. And luckily I can mostly afford to buy presents for my kids, but there's a lot of people out there that can't. And it's not cool to me that those people should feel pressure to overspend on these goddamn presents when it should only be about connecting with your family, in my mind. But that's not a popular opinion, I guess.
Yeah, but isn't it that you make that happen, the connection with your family and vice versa?
And I do, but if I didn't buy presents for my kids, they'd be like, what the fuck's going on? And that's because of all the pressure and, society and school and all that stuff. And just think about the kids what about the kids that like their families can't afford presents, and like kid comes at school and is like, oh, Santa got me these sneakers. And then the other kid's like, what, does Santa fucking hate me because I didn't get any sneakers? I don't know. The whole present thing pisses me off. I'd rather take whatever amount of money that I was going to spend on presents and take a trip with my family somewhere and have experiences together. But that's just me.
Anybody else surprised that the guy that looks the most like Santa Claus is the most Grinchiest? Anybody else, or is that just me? You guys, I'm a believer. So this has recently come to my attention, and I actually think that I actually like it, and it's the 4-gift rule. I don't know if anybody in the chat room has heard of it. I've recently become aware of it, which is that every child gets 4 gifts. Something they want, something they need, something to wear, something to read. And I think that is a great rule.
It's not bad.
It's like, here's your Santa present. That's the thing that they want. Something that they need comes from mom and dad. Maybe, something to wear might come from mom and dad or a grandparent or whatever the case may be, right? But I think that it's 4 gifts, and it's, I think that those are reasonable, attainable rules that not only feed the spirit of Christmas, but also, help the kid out in understanding that everything has limits. But I guess it all boils down to parents. Neil, what do you think?
No, that rule, I've never heard that rule, but that sounds awesome.
Can you text that to me? I already forgot it, but I liked it.
The 4-gift rule?
Yeah.
It's on its way. It's on its way.
All right. Excellent. Speaking of Santa, how old were you guys when you found out that there was what?
Hold on. We haven't even finished the whole, when is it too early, when is it too early to put up the Christmas decorations?
I mean, Lisa S in the chat said she had it up since November 15th. I was like, go ahead, Lisa.
And by the way, Irene Fiasco says she does the 4-gift rule with her niece and nephew.
Nice. And we can't go into the next topic. We can't go into the next topic anyway.
I've also seen Irene slap another person with a chicken sandwich, so I don't know how much that holds.
Justin? Is there a kid in the room? Is there a kid in the room?
Not with me, but my whole point of going that next story is it doesn't matter anymore.
Okay.
Because he knows, and it's very upsetting to me as a dad.
Is it upsetting to you because you know that your kid is getting older and the innocence of childhood, like kids are being, is that it?
Yes. I mean, I looked over today as I was driving him home from school, and the light hit him just perfect, and it seemed like he had the beginnings of a mustache. Is that normal at 11?
Yeah, he's 11 going on 35.
Yeah.
He's going to give you advice pretty soon.
I'll take it. I'll take it from anybody.
You definitely need it.
Listen, I think Tommy's smarter than the 3 of us combined, so I think we could all benefit from some advice from that kid. I don't know, man. It's I got turned on to this thing yesterday, actually, where where you can adopt a family, and there are kids that write letters to Santa, and you can choose to find a letter and then adopt a family based on their needs. And there's something to be said for the innocence of an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old that still believes in the magic of Christmas. And all of they're asking for is for a help. They're not even asking for stuff for themselves. Like, my dad needs a job, or whatever the case may be. I mean, it's hard not to read those letters, and if it doesn't strike a chord or some level of an emotion, I'm going to question your humanity. But there's something. It sucks that kids do lose that sense of magic at some point, and I couldn't help but think that what a different world it would be if we all could suspend our disbelief for 1 month out of the year and really do believe in the overall magic that is Christmas. And listen, my sister will tell you, who's in this chat room, I am generally the most grinchiest human being ever. I would walk around as bah humbug as it gets. No lie. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to do better. This year has kind of, messed me up a little bit. So there we go. I'm just saying, there's something to be said for kids and the way that they view the world. And if we as adults viewed the world through the eyes of children, I think that the world would be a better place. Not to sound all Michael Jackson-ish, but I'm just saying. I always gotta throw in a ridiculous punchline. I mean,
they are going to see the world serious via Instagram and TikTok.
But okay, you bring up a great point, right? So everyone's putting up their freaking Chanel bags, or everyone's got a PS5. Everything's a competition now. To Justin's
That's why
point
I hate
earlier,
it. I hate it for that reason.
It's a competition.
Was it always like this? Was it always like this, or is it just more in your face now because technology?
It's always been like this, but I think technology has amplified it and put a magnifying glass on it. Personally, there's always competition. I mean, it's like when you go to school, first day of school, and who's got the nicest outfit, who's wearing the coolest, wearing the coolest kicks. Everyone's going to come back from Christmas break. Like, if this was a normal year, every 7th grader is going to come back, or 6th grader is going to come back, whatever age they are when they kind of figure out that it's no longer. They're still going to show this is what I got for Christmas. Whether I remember I took my Game Boy. I got a Game Boy for Christmas. That shit went with me to school.
Game Boy.
Look
Damn.
what I got. Yeah. So yes, it's always been that way.
Yeah. But now the kids are gonna go to what I don't know, one of the Kardashians' IG pages and see what they got for Christmas.
Oh, there's some adults that'll do that too.
Oh, Jesus.
I love stuff like that. Just as an adult, I'm like, I think anyone that look, maybe I don't think I have a very popular opinion about, we're going to go with the Kardashian example. They've built that brand, famous for being famous. Okay. But guess what? It ain't easy to do what they do. I'm just telling you from someone that was on a reality show. And obviously not on that level, but that shit is not easy to be quote unquote on every week. And I do not begrudge or belittle anything that they have done individually together. They deserve it. I don't care what anybody says. They make a lot of money for a lot of people. They should get a piece and live the life. So when one of them pulls up in a $400,000 car, I'm like, good for you. But that's just me. I'm just a nice guy that wants everyone to win.
Are you?
I am. Except a couple people.
Nobody believes.
There's a couple people in my life in this world that I don't want to win. But
like Santa.
No,
just kidding.
Santa's okay.
By the way,
but his day fucking sucks.
for everybody that was in the chat room that was asking, it is USPS Operation Santa, where you could read some of the letters that some of the families that are looking for this year. That these are written by kids, and it's administrated through the Postal Service, so it's legit. It's not going like to some, it's not some fly by night charity. These are the letters that the Postal Service receives throughout the holiday season. So it is USPS OperationSanta.com, and you could read the letters yourselves. You could get together as a group and adopt a family, adopt it as a team. If you're just looking for a way to kind of give back this holiday season, there's a great outlet, which, it'll go to good people.
You're a good human, Zilla. Let me tell you. No, you are.
Bro, I've had the benefit. I've benefited so much in my life, from the kindness of people close to me, from the kindness of strangers. I mean, Justin, you and I have been friends for over a decade. You've been through the highest of highs and the lowest of lows with me, and so I can say that with a straight face. I've benefited from the kindness of friends and strangers. And I would just believe that I would just be shitting on everybody else if I didn't at least take some of that and put some of it back into the world. You can't, like, that's just, if you just consume, whether it's in anything in life, it's a death sentence. You have to take, if you're going to take, you have to give. There's the only way to do it. At least for me, I want to be able to put my head down on the pillow at night and sleep with a clear conscience. Because this is something that my dad told me as a kid, and it's carried with me my entire adult life. He said the most valuable thing that you can have in this life is peace of mind.
Yeah,
I agree.
And there's no way to have peace of mind in this life if you're a sociopath. If all you do is take from other people and don't give anything in return, and I'm not saying that it has to be a quid pro quo. It's not transactional. What I'm saying is that if you're the guy that the person in front of you in the Starbucks line paid for your latte, and you're not going to pay for the guy behind you's latte, you suck.
You should get hit by a car. You should get in a car crash.
Like, that happened to me last week. No, it's like I pull in. Hey, the person in front of you paid for your Frappuccino. Oh, that's great. Do you want to pay for the people behind you? You don't ask.
If you don't say absolutely, you're a piece of shit. A giant piece of shit.
Yes, you are. And that's my point, is that maybe the Starbucks drive-through example should be a lesson for all of us in life. That if you're gonna benefit from the kindness of other people, you have a social responsibility, at the very minimum, to be kind. That's all. We'll see you next week. Thanks for coming.
And we're out.
Oh, God.
Also, you shouldn't be at Starbucks anyways. Your coffee should be beans, rhymes, and life.
Boom.
BRLCoffeeCo.com.
So when we're promoting your coffee, are we using Beans, Rhymes, and Life, or are we just using BRL?
Either or. BRL. Let's just go with that.
All right,
Okay.
BRLCoffeeCo.com.
When is the old guy brew coming out?
It's gonna taste like an
Does
Entenman's
it come
coffee
with
cake.
Does it come with an Entenman's? When you ship it out, it comes with an Entenman's coffee cake.
I can see the tasty notes on that. Edmonds. Any of them.
Yeah, it tastes like a Werther's. Tastes like it's been sitting on the bottom of your grandmother's purse for the last 6 years.
Actually, no joke. I kind of wish Werther's just like kind of made a soft version.
Oh, that's freaking funny.
Oh man, that would be delicious.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't got with the times and made a soft version. Everything
So Neil,
else
you
did.
like Werther's?
I like the. I mean,
Wait, there is a Werther's soft.
What?
Is it?
Zilla's googling
Werther's
it. Well,
Werther's soft caramels, bitches, all day.
Okay, you have to have the hard though, because if some old ass people start eating a soft Werther's, their teeth are gonna like get pulled out.
Yeah, they don't work with their dentures. Toffee and Ben Gay flavor notes. That's got Justin Zotz written all over it. That's amazing.
Claudia in the chat. Can't wait to see.
Claudia, as we said earlier in the show, I don't know if you were here. Apparently, Neil is racist against white people. BRL Coffee's racist against white people. Because I still have not gotten my coffee, and Zilla got his before me.
And by the way, every BRL, I'm not, because this note is personal, so I'm not going to say, but I will say that every single one comes with a handwritten note, autographed by the one and only Neil Jackson. So not only do you get the coffee which you paid for, but you get some firsthand. Well, that's not going to come out right. But you are going to get some handwritten love from Neil Jackson on a Post-it note.
Can I request no note? Is that possible? I would like no note.
Oh, I remember what I wrote, and you are definitely getting a note, Justin.
Oh, it's definitely going on IG stories. I might even go live.
You can.
I'm very shy, and I don't.
Neil
traced
go
live very
often. On
often.
a Post-it note.
I put 4 Post-it notes together. Up there. I just pasted them together so I could get my whole hand and trace the middle finger.
I don't know why I just thought of this, and it's totally off topic, but it's not like this show flows anyway. I always forget how delicious Chipotle is. I had Chipotle for lunch today. I was kind of running around, didn't have much time. I was driving past the Chipotle. I ran in. It's fucking delicious. And I love that you just pick what you want, throw it in a fucking bowl. Do you guys like Chipotle? I don't know if it's just like trash or I think it's delicious. All right, cool.
I do not like Chipotle.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't like Chipotle, actually. Actually, I take that back. It's not that I don't like it, I just don't care for it. It
sounds pretty much one and the same, Neil.
No, I mean,
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Well, I guess because living in New York, you just have so many other options of a Chipotle-like place.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go to Taco Bell. I've got Tacos Morelos down the street, and they're open the same amount of time. So it's one of those things where I'm like, do I want Chipotle, or I can go to Tacos Morelos and just get a bowl or whatever.
I have 2 really, really good taco places near me here where I live. But it was just one of those things where, like, I was driving, I had to go pick up Tommy at school, and I just jumped in, and I went for carnitas, which I normally would never do, and I love carnitas, but I would be like, I don't know if I want to get that at Chipotle. I'll save that
I gotta tell you, you say carnitas like a real native too, Justin.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Zilla.
Carnitas. Will you be watching the new Selena on Netflix?
I gotta go. Anyway, my bowl with carnitas and white cilantro lime rice and guacamole and pinto beans was delicious. Just gonna throw that out there.
When it comes to Chipotle, it's not someplace that I would intentionally go to, but I wouldn't turn it down. Like, it's like, all right, where are we going? Where are we ordering from? Oh, we're going to order from Chipotle. All right, cool. But it wouldn't be at the top of my list of places to go to or order from.
Look, that's how today was. I was driving. I was starving. It was like 2:30 in the afternoon. And as old people like me, we like to eat lunch at like 11:45. And it was already 2:30.
The rest of us call that breakfast, but go ahead.
No, I ate breakfast I had breakfast at 6:30 this morning, and all it was a bagel with butter, which has 0 nutritional value of any kind. So by the time 2:30 came along, I was dying. I had to eat something. This fucking Chipotle, let me go check this place out. And it was delicious.
What were the other, now was it delicious because you were absolutely starving, or does it qualify as absolutely delicious? Because sometimes, it can be skewed.
At the time, it was delicious. Now, if you put that meal next to a meal from Elmer's Tacos or Rita's Burritos, which are 2 places next to me, it wouldn't be as good. But at the time, it was great.
Can I ask, because I don't know the area in which you reside all that well, what else was around there? Like, what were the other options? Or was it just Chipotle, you zeroed in on it?
Oh,
or
no. Dude, where I live, within pissing distance, I could piss on a strip mall from anywhere I am ever. So I was just driving. There were literally 4 different corners, 4 different strip malls. And every possible store you could want in those 4 strip malls. I was going to drive to Del Taco because I secretly love Del Taco. I needed something quick. I was starving. I had to eat. And then I was like, you know what? I'll save Del Taco for like a day I'm hungover or something, just because it's so trash for you. So I was like, Chipotle's sort of healthy. Let me just go in there. And look, there I drove past. There's an In-N-Out right next to it, but I had In-N-Out for dinner last night. There's a McDonald's. I eat McDonald's like 3 times a year. There's anything. There's an Olive Garden. There's everything you could possibly eat, but it just worked.
I mean, you do get a big bowl of food for your money at Chipotle. I mean, for less than $10, you could, if you're about that portion control life, which I obviously am, you could get a good 2 or 3 meals out of that shit. But, so there is some benefit to it.
I had a good meal. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like in I don't know what part of, if you're in Scottsdale or just Arizona in general.
Phoenix.
I feel like in Phoenix they just have better versions of what Chipotle is.
Of course they do. I just mentioned 2 of them that I frequent at least once a week.
I mean,
so happened I was driving in a different part of town where I never eat because I just drive there, I pick my kid up, and I come home. But I was starving because I hadn't eaten since 6:30 in the morning. And it was 8 hours later. So I was driving to Del Taco. I saw a Chipotle. I said, it's probably a better decision in my life. So let me just go there instead.
What did Tom have?
I was on the way to pick him up.
Oh, you were picking him up. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Okay.
And then when I picked Tom up, I was like, Tom, you ever have Chipotle? He's like, no. And I explained it to him, and he was very intrigued because he's a very picky eater. He was like, wait, so I can pick everything I want to go in there? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, and I can have a salad, a bowl, or a burrito? And I was like, yeah. He's like, can we have that for dinner tonight? I'm like, Tom, I just got finished telling you I just had this 10 minutes ago. Like, no, we're not going there for dinner.
Why not? Way to go, parents of the year. You turn your kid on to something that's amazing, right? Like, you've opened his eyes to because he is a particular eater, and you've opened his eyes. Like, here's something that you could have. You just basically told him Santa isn't real twice in one day. Way to go, Dream Killer Zots.
Yeah.
Look, I got the kid In-N-Out last night. I'm good for a few days before he yells at me about anything. And his mother, my roommate, just ordered him Buffalo Wild Wings for dinner, which is like his favorite thing ever. Ooh. So, yeah, he's all right.
All right. Well, the kid's doing okay.
You guys go hard in the paint with this fast.
I'm going to tell you, man, I am a cook. I cook at home all the time. The last few months, I am in such a rut, and I have not been cooking a lot. I cook a lot of breakfast and lunch at home, make sandwiches and stuff. Breakfast, I make a pretty big breakfast every day. Not big, but like eggs and whatever else I'm eating, vegetables. Dinner, I've just been so out of it by the time dinner comes that I don't want to cook. And restaurants are hurting right now. So if I can do my little part to help with that, and selfishly, get restaurant food and not have to cook, I'm okay with that right now. I mean, what, Zilla? You got to look on your face.
Thank God you're keeping Chipotle and Buffalo Wild Wings around. I know that there's this little local place called the Olive Garden that's in desperate need of your financial contributions, Justin.
I was literally thinking that just
You're rationalizing. You're defending the indefensible.
Okay, so first of all, before I got In-N-Out last night, I went to Elmer's Tacos to get tacos for me and my family. Okay? Elmer's Tacos was closed, and there was a sign in the window that says, we're temporarily closed, with no fucking explanation. I deserve
Okay.
an explanation. So I went to In-N-Out because I didn't feel like figuring out what to get. No one's going to complain about In-N-Out. 2 days ago, I went to the Green Corner restaurant, which is the Mediterranean restaurant around the corner from my house, and I supported that local business.
Okay.
So
you get some fatouche.
I did. I had a fattoush salad with
a good salad.
some chicken shawarma on top. It was delicious.
All right, I'm on board with it. I'm just saying, if we're going to use the whole point of supporting restaurants, I'm just suggesting that perhaps the national chain that is traded on the New York Stock Exchange not be the primary recipient of your financial contributions. That's all I'm suggesting.
Boom.
Yes, I understand that there's staff that work at those chain places. I get it. Those places will still be around.
Look, if the food wasn't good at those places, there wouldn't be 8,000 fucking Chipotles.
We covered this with McDonald's.
50,000. Right. So you know what? When I go to support Elmer's, and if there's an Elmer, I'm going to support him, and it's closed, like, I'm frustrated. I got to eat. I don't know what to do. I know if I bring In-N-Out home, everyone's happy. And that's what I did.
Okay.
All right.
Can you believe that people actually turn in to listen to us bicker like a bunch of like people take time out? You know what? Honestly, the real MVPs are everybody on this live stream, everybody in the chat room, folks that tune in and listen to us when the replay drops every Monday, wherever you find your podcast, Spotify, Apple, wherever, and listen to us three idiots just talk about the most ridiculous stuff in the world. Like we've been talking about fast food for 57 minutes. By the way, we do that pretty frequently, and they still keep coming back for more. So y'all are the real MVPs. You guys are the real Christmas gift because you tolerate our silliness.
I think I'm going to name next week's episode 3 Idiots and a Microphone.
No, 2.
What do you mean 2?
1.
All right, whatever. I don't really care. I'm an idiot.
2,
I admit it.
one idiot and 2 dudes and a microphone.
Two girls, 1 cup.
Ooh.
Oh God.
Whoa.
Jesus, Zilla.
That is what you
So
call
Jelly Bean,
a left turn.
I am going over that one. So Jelly Bean just put in the chat. So ugly sweater party closer to Christmas. I am 100% on board with this.
I'm down.
I'm down.
Neil, do you have an ugly sweater?
I have 1 sweater. I have 2 sweaters.
Yes, sweater, ass sweater.
I have a Magic City sweater that is not ugly, and an Adidas sweater that is not ugly. I gotta find an ugly sweater.
I actually have a T-shirt that I bought specifically to wear on whatever Christmas episode we do. But
I was just going to bring this up really quick. So obviously today's the 4th. Next week's the 11th, which is Hanukkah. And then the following week is the 18th. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Christmas Day is a Friday. So we would normally be doing this show on Christmas unless we decide to do otherwise.
I'm going to throw this out there right now. And the way I'm going to say this is I'm going to come off like a dick. But
this never hasn't stopped you in 26
so you're just,
previous episodes.
Basically, you're just going to talk.
But doing a show on Christmas is fucking not happening for me. I'm sorry.
What about people that don't have anywhere to go on Christmas? What if we could be their community? What if we could be their family for the day? Don't we owe that to our...
I owe it to my family, to my 2 kids, to spend the day with them.
Zilla, let's party.
Sorry.
Okay. Neil,
that's why I said I'm going to sound like a dick. I know, but look,
you're going to be beat from flying from the North Pole delivering toys to kids
all over the world.
You're probably exhausted from being in your sleigh for 24 straight hours. So, yeah.
Maybe we do something on like the Wednesday.
Yep. we'll think about we'll talk about this offline. But I wanted to at least bring everybody's attention to the fact that Christmas does land on a Friday, and before we promise that we're going to do anything, we should have a conversation about it.
Hey, Hannah Girl will take Justin's place.
Dude, Jen's actually funnier than all three of us combined.
Oh my God, she would. Yeah, I wouldn't have a job anymore if she filled in for me.
Let's do it, Hannah. You're in. You're in. Justin's out.
Done and done.
And done.
Hey, wait.
Is
she going to be same window as you, Zilla, or is she going to have her own window?
Oh no, she's gonna have a bedazzled window. There's gonna be like
she has her own overlay.
Tinsel. Oh yeah. Come on.
Yeah, 100%, dude. It's gonna look like the Kardashians came over and crashed. Her interior decorator is Kim K. Am I still pixelated, guys?
No, you look good
fine.
now.
Okay. Sorry.
Finally. Jen, get off the internet. We need Zilla to look good over here.
Honestly, I probably look better pixelated. It gets rid of all the freaking
Oh, stop.
Getting
speaking
old.
of
Getting
t-shirt,
old.
So I bought this T-shirt for our Christmas episode. So that you'll see that one. I'll bust it out like the week before. Did you guys hear about this guy, this 21-year-old kid that's selling his 254 Supreme T-shirt collection for $2 million?
I just heard about that like yesterday.
Yeah.
How much
Zilla,
is he selling it for?
$2 million. 254 T-shirts. It averages out to $7,900 and something dollars per shirt. It's the only collection in the world of every edition of the box logo Supreme T-shirt that's ever been made. It's the only collection in the world like it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, $2 million.
I mean, has anybody bid on it?
It hasn't gone up yet, I don't think.
For people in the chat that doesn't know what we're talking about, Supreme is actually a really famous. It's like a streetwear skateboard retail shop, and they kind of became famous with their collaborations and whatnot. But their name became a big deal, and so they really got famous with this logo, and it's a very simple logo. It's just in a red box, and it just says Supreme in white letters, but since then, they've branded this thing into anything that has Supreme on it. Kids sit out for days in front of their retail shop waiting to buy these limited run things. Like, I have a Supreme Metro card. They linked up with the Metro card. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I have a Metro card, a Supreme $5 Metro card, and it's still sealed. And it was just a limited run. People were just like waiting in line at the kiosk underground and buying them up.
So for everybody in the chat, this is the logo right here. It's stupid. I don't even know what font that is. It's probably like a regular font that anybody can use. Doesn't make any sense to me. But kids wait online for days to like get the latest drop from Supreme.
So
meanwhile, I'm wearing like a Costco, $3 T-shirt. Like I give a shit.
But yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, to be honest. It doesn't. To see those lines, I mean, I've had to walk past that store every so often, and like I don't keep up with the like sneaker drops or anything like that. But like once in a while, like late at night, I'll walk past the Supreme store, and there's kids in tents in front of the store.
Is that your wallet, Zilla?
All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna look for my MTA, my Metro card.
So
this is like new.
It was new. I don't carry it around much anymore. But yeah, that's a Supreme wallet with Louis Vuitton. Yeah, so I got that. I have a small collection. I pick and choose my shots. I like certain things. I try to be a little different, but I mean, I'm a huge fan of all things that are, things that are collectible, whether it's, Cause or Bear Bricks, You know, I collect a lot of different things, and I think that we once talked about even having this as a topic for a show. Like, what are some of the things that you collect that are just a little different or out of the ordinary? I've got a friend who has the most insane Funko Pop collection you could ever imagine. Has an entire room filled with Funko Pops.
Okay.
You know, I like certain things. I like toys from my childhood, things that are a little different. I like movie memorabilia. This is like something that there's a little collector's item that I have, which doesn't really fall into the whole Supreme thing, but you know, everybody's different. So on its surface, it's a boombox, but it's actually a boombox from the movie Breakin', and inside, I actually haven't opened this before, but I think I might just do a small unboxing here on the show. Here we go. Because, you know, first of all, the movie Breakin' was a cultural phenomenon in the 80s. Here are Kelly, Ozone, and Turbo.
That's really cool.
From the movie Breakin', with a little snippet from the movie. So, you know, I like certain aspects of that. And, you know, so I collect things like that are just really different, out of the ordinary. Toys from my childhood. Those are the things that you'll usually see me jumping on. But
where'd you get that collectible pillow behind you?
It was a gift from my friend Justin Zotz, who likes to give me nightmares each and every night. Also,
it's on the wrong side. You should flip it around at least.
Yeah, except that we don't want to scare people. You know, I will say that this pillow would make it's right here. Sorry, it's right here above my head. Would make also an amazing stocking stuffer for the holiday season. Once we start the Old Guy in the Club merch store, you know, like people could send photos. Not only does it have the amazing Old Guy in the Club logo on one side, but
Trademark.
then it's also graced. It's also graced with this vision of joy.
Guys, am I so much grayer than I was in that picture? My hair.
You're really
That
having
was
an issue with
only
that.
like 5 months ago, 6 months ago.
Yeah,
What the fuck is happening to my life?
I actually have gray hair on my chin now.
On your
That was
chinny
not
chin
there. That was not there 9 months ago.
This is great for a pillow fight.
Here,
But yeah.
here's
Neil, let's see that.
What do you got, Neil? Oh, so it's still sealed.
yeah.
Have you checked on eBay what you could sell that for?
No, okay. So somebody was like, "You should smack somebody who buys anything Supreme." For the record, they actually sold this at retail, so it was $5.50. What typically a Metro card would be. They sold it for $5.50. So my friend happened to have like 10 of them, and he was like, "Here you go. You can have this."
You could sell that for $20.
I made some money. It's still sealed. It's just been in one of my tin boxes. But yeah.
Sick.
What's crazy is that
DJ
wallet that I just showed you is selling for $1,500 on StockX. It's ridiculous.
Used or new?
Let me see here. The used one is selling for $1,220.
Unbelievable.
That doesn't mean that someone's actually going to pay for it. It's just that's what it is. I'm going to tell. You know, I actually paid for. I paid retail for mine. That's one of my things. Is that if I can't get it at retail or like within a small margin thereof, people have gone in and it's evidence. By the way, you see this thing that's scrolling on my TV right now? That's actually a bot that's running on Twitch showing inventory for PlayStation 5s, Xbox, and Xboxes.
Oh, you really got into Twitch, didn't you?
And right now it's like because I can't find a PlayStation 5 anywhere because folks have found a way to hack the system, and they all exist on the resale market. So whether it's in the shoe game, I love shoes. I'm very proud of my small but very personal collection of Jordans that I have. It's the resale market has ruined it for the real fans because people are seeing that they can profiteer off it. And I'm not saying that there isn't money to be made through folks that like from fan to fan, but when your sole motivation is to flip something for a few bucks, it ruins it for people, man. It's like the concert scalpers that come in and buy all the tickets ahead of time, and then you want to go to a show and you're paying $300 for nosebleed seats. It takes the fun out of it.
I agree.
But maybe I'm wrong.
No, I agree.
I feel bad for the kids that want the PS5s.
Right?
Somebody was like, somebody on my Insta story was like, I can't believe it was a girl. She was like, I can't believe I see grown ass men flossing their PS5s, and there's kids out there that really want it for Christmas. I was like, you are spot on. That is crazy. Like I'll see on my Insta story like dudes selling like 5 of them.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I have a photograph of somebody that has about $40,000 worth of inventory just stacked up in their house, and all I'm thinking to myself is, I hope you get robbed. Like it's like there's that's like 80 families that could have a little something on. And I'm not saying that a PlayStation 5 is going to cure the world's problems. What I'm saying is that, like, if you're using Christmas to profiteer, that is about the antithesis of the spirit of Christmas. And listen, that's not just the PS5. This has happened in previous years. I mean, every year it's something, right? Like a handful of years back, it was Furbies.
Oh, wow.
Like, you remember that?
I forgot all about that.
When those were all the rage. Like every year it's something. But you'd think that with all the technology that we have, that we could figure out a way to not have the same 10 people buy the same thing over and over again so that, everybody can benefit. Perhaps, maybe, I don't know. Of course, my opinion is probably unpopular.
Zilla's for the people.
I am. I really am. I mean, like my sister just brought up, or I'm sorry, it's not really me, just brought up Cabbage Patch Kids. Like, imagine if the Cabbage Patch phenomenon had happened with today's technology, right? If we could juxtapose 1983 with, like, retail bots and social media, the whole world would be on fire for families looking for Cabbage Patch dolls. All right, well, I guess I ran this topic into the ground. Again. Jesus.
Don't worry, Zilla. Christmas time,
I'm getting a Cabbage Patch.
we're going to be talking. Me, you, and Hannah
what?
Girl.
Oh, yeah,
Stuff.
that. Yeah, I won't be here.
We'll be talking about stuff.
Speaking of Christmas, so, I mean, listen, one thing only. Neil Jackson, what's on your Christmas list?
I don't know, honestly. I mean, I'm simple. I don't really want anything. I just don't want anything bad to happen. That's how I even celebrate my birthday. I don't want to do anything, because if I do, that opens the door for possibly something bad to happen. So I just want nothing to happen. And if good stuff happens, then that's great. But I try to like keep it very chill. So with Christmas, it's the same thing. I've never really wanted anything. Lisa S is like, wants black t-shirts. I don't even want black t-shirts. Oh yeah, that's right.
But you wouldn't say no to them.
Actually, I do want a bike with a motor on it. I'm getting addicted to those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same question, Justin.
Oh, and a coffee bean grinder, an industrial one.
Like a big ass one, like
a bun G2.
Okay.
I've been eyeing that.
Isn't he a rapper?
Yeah, but no, that's Bun B.
Bun B, dude. Jesus.
I honestly don't have anything on my list. I don't want anybody to buy me anything, because then I have to feel like I have to buy them something.
All right. I want a
I mean,
PlayStation 5.
I might buy myself a new driver, but it's not going to be for Christmas.
A new what?
A new driver. Golf club.
Okay.
And some Entenmans.
Yeah. I could just see Justin wrapping up a big old golf club, and it's under the tree. Gee, I wonder what this is. What in the world could it possibly be?
Out of all the Christmases, what is the one gift that you actually do that was the thing that you remember?
Me? A big
Both of
wheel.
you. A big wheel. What kind though? They had all sorts of different things.
It was like a green machine, I think it was called.
Green machine. Where was that from?
I was like 6. This is like 40 years ago. But I remember it.
Zilla?
I remember this really distinctly. First of all, my brother and I were little shits about seeking out presents around the house. So I remember one Christmas, early 1980s, Christmas morning, we're done opening presents. And I think we're in, again, it's a little foggy because, I'm like, 7, 8 years old. And I remember going outside to the trunk of my dad's car, and he opens up the trunk, and there's a PlayStation, like the original Super NES. I'm sorry, it was not a PlayStation, excuse me, it was the Super Nintendo, the very first one. And it was like the big present for my brother, my sister, and I, all to share, which, obviously Jen got asked out because the two brothers were, never let her play. But yeah, I remember that distinctly. Like my parents had to hide it in the trunk of the car to keep us from finding it before Christmas.
And you're hoping that this happens again this year?
Well, the thing is that they, my dad drives a Highlander, and I can peek into it.
Oh, I know.
There is no trunk. Yeah. So, my dad should be a spokesperson for Toyota. But yeah, so
you could say to Rob's dad, so Al, I'm looking to get a convertible, probably a Mercedes, red with some nice rims. And he'll say, and I can't do his accent. I don't want to insult him by doing it.
I'll do it.
But go ahead. You know what he would say.
Have you thought about a Highlander?
It's the best. He loves his car so much.
Listen. God loved the fact that my dad is a very simple, salt of the earth kind of guy. It doesn't really take a lot to make him happy. 4 wheels, nice paint job, a couple of gadgets on the inside. There are people in this life that need to drive a Mercedes. He's not one of them. You get what I'm saying? Like he perfectly has the ability and the wherewithal to do that. He just doesn't need to. He doesn't need to. I guess his biggest flex is that he doesn't need to flex. And I think that's the coolest thing in the world.
And that he has a sandwich named after him.
Of course. Absolutely. He's got an Alchemist Club.
One day I want my own sandwich named after me. That's when I know I'll have made it.
Justin, that is absolutely not fair, because every time I run Turkey Crunch as a test kitchen Thursday, I tag you and I say, this is inspired by you. That is a recipe that you gave me. I doctored it a little bit, but it is your sandwich.
It's not my sandwich. It's my friend Matty Sabina's sandwich, because he had a sandwich shop in New York, and I used to eat it all the time at his place.
What's in the sandwich?
So I just told, it's like turkey, carved turkey, pepper jack cheese, green apples, and there's like some kind of a mustard, like a honey mustard.
A honey mustard.
It is
like a
so
spicy honey
fucking
mustard.
delicious. It's so good. And he used to put it on this incredible Italian bread. And his restaurant was like 3 blocks from the Trade Center. So after September 11th, he was out of business.
Yeah, well, I mean, so Justin one time was like, hey, I used to eat this sandwich in New York, and we put it together a couple of different ways, and I got to tell you something. It's one of my favorite specials that we run. We haven't run it in a while, but I love that sandwich. And so we call it Turkey Crunch, which I believe is what Maddie calls it. And
Yep.
and you know, we do different variations of it because we're always trying to fine tune our version of it. Like our version has a little bacon on there for a little saltiness to counteract the tartness of the apple. You know, but we use an oven gold turkey. We've done it with both pepper jack and we've also done it with cheddar just to kind of see how the flavors play. Because believe it or not, people put cheddar cheese on their apple pies because the flavors taste amazing together.
I
So
saw somebody do that, and I was like, that does not sound good.
I cannot get on board with that.
I'm not saying that you have to eat it that way. All I'm saying, Justin, is you brought that sandwich to me. Every time I said it, every time we put that sandwich out, it's like inspired by our friend Justin Zotz. You get the stamp of approval, and we sell a shit ton of those.
Can
I
you make
appreciate that you're trying to sell this to me like I have a sandwich named after me. I don't.
You do. You do.
Can you make
Inspired
one?
by Justin is not the same as the Justin. The old guy. That's what I want. I want a sandwich called the old guy in the club. And
It would be the old guy in the club sandwich.
Your club sandwich has to be renamed the old guy eats a club sandwich or something like that.
The old guy in the club sandwich. TOGITC sandwich.
Oh,
Can you make one like a turkey sandwich, a warm turkey sandwich with nacho cheese Doritos in it?
I've done that.
It's fucking amazing.
I mean, I'm not gonna like we've done some pretty awesome stuff on our Test Kitchen Thursdays. And if you guys ever want to give my sandwich shop a follow, it's at Crossroads Deli SD on Instagram, and you can take a look at some of the stuff that we've done. I mean, I've taken a Frito pie, which, you know, when we played Little League baseball, I was like, my favorite thing out of the Little League snack bar was the Frito pie. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never had the deliciousness that is a Frito pie, let me describe this to you. It is a bag of corn Fritos, and in the bag is a scoop of chili, which is then topped with like some green onions, some cheddar cheese, some sour cream. It is, and it's served with a fork in the bag. That is a Frito pie. I've taken all of those delicious flavors and made that into a sandwich. I've done a Frito pie sandwich. We've done all sorts of cool stuff. So, you know, I think that's one of the cool parts about owning a sandwich shop is that we have the ability to, you know, kind of do little things like that go off the beaten path. I mean, I'm doing a holiday sandwich, you know, on Wednesday for a client of ours that is, you know, Carver ham with a little spicy pineapple sauce. It's just going to be like all the holidays. You know, it's going to be the holidays on a warm ciabatta. Like it's, you know, and sometimes they're hits, and sometimes they're massive misses. But the fun part is you get to try.
What's the worst sandwich you ever put on the menu for the day?
I don't remember anything ever really flopping. However, the Frito pie sandwich, I remember getting feedback. You know, the location, Justin, you've been there. We're surrounded by lots of like corporate campuses. We get we used to get a lot of office traffic pre-pandemic. The only feedback was it's heavy. Like you're just ready for a food coma. Like you're done. So, you know, and we learned our lesson. Like, all right, well, we want to kind of stay away from those heavier things, especially like in the spring and summer. But then we could bring those heavy sandwiches this time of year. Those heavy sandwiches, that's what everybody wants. They want that stick to your ribs comfort food.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
God, now I'm gonna go make a sandwich.
I'm so hungry right now after listening to this.
Yeah,
we always sidetrack on food. You animals.
We should just bring our own food to this show and just eat while we're here. We'd probably talk for like 4 hours. The only reason we end this show is because we're all hungry.
Yeah.
That's. I got a rumble in my tummy right now.
I'm just waiting on my Buffalo Wild Wings to get here.
What flavor do you order? I'm just curious. Like, what are your go-to flavors at the BW3?
I'm kind of a traditionalist. I like a medium.
Okay.
I like a medium, but I also like their mozzarella sticks. They're very good there, which I always get.
So I'm a fan of the chicken wing, hot dog and bologna.
Timmy loves that. My youngest son, that's his favorite. He loves singing it.
Yeah, I'm 46 and I'm walking through the house humming that shit. Or my sister will be like, down the hall, and I'd be like, chicken wing, and Jen will holler back with hot dog and bologna. So I recently got turned on to the amazingness that is KFC. No, not Colonel Sanders. Korean fried chicken.
Love Korean fried chicken.
Have you gentlemen partaken in the deliciousness that is Korean fried chicken?
Banchan.
Yes.
Banchan, my friends. Banchan is a brand of restaurants. Is a chain. Might be the best damn chicken wing I've ever had in my life. From a texture and flavor standpoint, like you can just eat those. You can eat those things naked with salt and pepper, and it is
wait.
Just to clarify,
what is going on here?
And why can't it be both? Excuse me.
Left turn again?
Who says I need to be in a uniform in order to enjoy freaking chicken wings? But in the context of this conversation, when I say that the chicken wings are, when we're talking about being undressed, I mean absent of sauce. These chicken wings
I thought it was you butt naked going up to the chicken wing like, you gonna get it.
First of all, the chicken wing would be coming up to me. Nobody needs to see that. Listen, I don't even want to look at myself. I don't even want to look at myself undressed, let alone anybody else seeing me in that.
You're in the comforts of your own home, just like.
Yep. No, but I recently discovered Korean fried chicken. There's a couple of local places here. I don't think I could ever go back to eating any other kind of fried chicken again. And I love fried chicken. Like, it's good.
Yeah, no.
Like, chicken is good and fried chicken is good.
Yeah. We have blue ribbon chicken here, fried chicken.
Yes.
Blue ribbon's great. So good.
Wait, but do you guys have... do you guys have it on the West Coast? You guys have it in Vegas, right?
Vegas.
Okay. But they have one dedicated to just the fried chicken. So they have fried chicken sandwiches, X, Y, and Z. Man. So good.
It's so good.
I remember the first time I ever had KFC was at Blue Ribbon in Las Vegas. So I'm out to dinner with a handful of friends. And they're like, yeah, we're at Blue Ribbon, and Blue Ribbon in Vegas is known for their sushi. So it's like, oh yeah, we're ordering, 60-piece bucket of chicken. Like, we're ordering fried chicken at a sushi restaurant. Best freaking decision these guys made, by the way. Like, I didn't know.
Only good decision that they made, and I don't even know who you were at dinner with, but I'm guessing that's the case.
I was dinner with Blaze.
Oh,
Blaze,
okay.
Blaze
We all know
Sato
Blaze.
From Hawaii.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, so there's some deliciousness. I feel like we've deviated from including the chat in this topic. do you guys have some favorites? Like wherever you live, what's the hot fried chicken joint where you're at? You guys got the KFC, or do you just have the KFC?
Where was the original one from?
Probably Kentucky.
Is it?
Well, I mean, just
Harlan
a wild guess.
Harlan Sanders was a Kentucky colonel.
It's just, the funny thing is I never hear any stories about it. Like, you hear about the first McDonald's, you hear about...
Oh, would you like me to tell you?
Yeah.
So Harlan Sanders, which is, Colonel Sanders, was, a failed entrepreneur on a number of occasions. And at one point, he owned a gas station, and he would sell fried... Because sometimes filling up with gas, especially in the 50s and 60s, you're off the beaten path. People would stop for a meal while they'd fill up with gas, have their car looked at. So he was selling fried chicken. Well, he got the idea that instead of selling the chicken, he went around and started selling his recipe to other people for them to sell chicken, and he did it for a royalty. I think it was like 3 pennies a piece. And that's what started the Kentucky Fried Chicken empire. He actually sold his recipe to other vendors or other restaurant proprietors. But the beauty of his story is that he started it in his mid 60s.
Damn.
He's like he had swung at business after business, event after event, and then from what I understand, he was a mean dude, and he just was not making it in life. And then in his mid-60s, took a swing at selling the recipe for the 13 original herbs and spices, and a legend was born.
So there's still hope for me if he started it in his 60s.
You still got at least 20 years.
Never give up.
Just saying. That's, And my sister is asking in the chat, will someone ask why Zilla knows this? Why? Because I'm old. Also because I'm a fountain of useless information. Also because it's an inspirational story, man, that you can there is no timeline in life. I like stories like that because the only measuring stick in your success in life is you. Like the only competition is yourself. No one said you have to be, you got to have a family by a certain age, be married by a certain age, or, have a significant other by a certain age, whatever. It doesn't matter. You have to make a certain amount of money by a certain point in your life. Nobody gives a shit. You shouldn't. I mean, we do. But at the only competition that should matter is right up here. And that's why I think, and that's why I think that I know this story, is because it just tells me that I still got 20 some years to still hit it big.
Sorry, guys. My dogs were going crazy there for a minute. Maybe my delivery of racist coffee just showed up.
Or maybe your chicken wings just showed up.
Or maybe your chicken wings did.
Man, that would be great.
Chicken wings.
I'd much prefer the wings right now. All right, guys. Well, I do have so many other things on my list.
Let's get to them.
But it's not happening. It's not happening.
Okay.
We got to save some interesting stuff for next week.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now, you know what time it is. Hey-o.
Hey-o.
I think last week I had nothing for Grinds My Gears. Is that correct, or was that the week before?
I don't know.
Glad you guys pay attention. But I really don't have anything for Grinds My Gears. I swear to God. And this was like my favorite topic ever. But I'm, not really mad at anything these days. I mean, by next week, I guarantee you I'm going to say I hate Christmas music. 100%. So I'm going to preemptively hate on Christmas music next week.
So are you going to do Grinds My...
I take it back. You know what grinds my gears? Fucking hypocrites. These fucking guys that are out there telling people to stay in their houses when they're not. Fuck those guys. All right. Neil, what do you got for us?
I was just going to say the Postal Service, because they're just never on time with shit. Right now, I'm just fighting with USPS. I fucking hate them. They're just giving a lot of problems, and it just sucks. I don't know whether they just hate their jobs, and I'm like, just get another fucking job, or what. But they're kicking holes in boxes, throwing them in shredders. I just hate them so much. Except my mail lady. My mail lady always greets me like, "Hey, what's up, baby?" I'm like, "Mail lady, what up?"
Do you call her mail lady?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Huh.
Do you know the name of your mail person?
I don't. We actually, it's funny because we greet each other so many times, and I think I'm past the point where it'd be fucked up to even ask her name at this point.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
But yeah, my mail lady's cool. Everybody else fucking sucks. Actually, no.
You don't know the name.
Actually, I take that back. There's a dude that looks like Kid Cudi at the Postal Service on 23rd Street. I always end up going to him. He's like, "Yo, man, what are you doing with all these boxes?" And I'm like, "Started a coffee company." He's like, "Man, that's dope." I was like, "From Twitch." He was like, "What?" And then we just vibe out. Other than that, fuck everybody else. So Kid Cudi dude, my mail lady, and then everybody else.
Are they getting BRL coffee for the holidays this year?
I think they are. I actually think they are.
As well they should.
Mm-hmm. But everybody else fucking sucks.
All right.
Okay. It's kind of a thankless job.
What happened?
True.
It's kind of a thankless job. They get shit on by everybody. I feel horrible for the people at the post office, except when I go in there and then they treat me like shit, and then I don't feel bad for them for a second, and then I get out of it and I'm like, everyone treats them like shit. I probably deserve that. And then I leave then I talk shit about them on a podcast.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is like, are you gonna hate on? I don't know. I mean, I got a DM from somebody who received a box of coffee, and it literally looked like the box went through a shredder. And then I received something because I'm gonna be putting out candles soon. My candle maker sends me a box, and no joke, it looked like a full boot went through the box. And then other people aren't getting their shipments. I'm like, dude, if you don't give a fuck about the job, then just get another fucking job. Like, what's the problem here? You know? I don't know. I'm just having a lot of issues with USPS right now. So, anyway, that's what grinds my gears. I'm not saying.
What about you, Zilla?
I'm not saying Zilla's line.
I mean, I already touched on. No, I'm just, I touched on a couple things that grind my gears earlier in the show. So I'm going to save that and just say thank you to everybody that comes in. 26 weeks, by the way, guys. We've been doing this together. That is 6 months that we've been putting this show together. I hate you both. However, to the folks that come in each and every week and put up with our nonsense, you are literally the best part of this show. So thank you so much for investing your time in us. I can't say that enough. I know I mentioned it earlier in the show, but I know I speak for all three of us when I say that. With that said, don't forget, BRL Coffee Company, Kiss of Life. This is the Ethiopian blend with notes of blueberry, chocolate, and Concord grape, or Concord grape, depending on which part of the country you live in. And every single delivery will come with an autographed note from Neil Jackson. That's it for me. Thanks for making the last 6 months great. We're gonna try to suck less each and every week.
A little bit.
And when you drink your Kiss of Life coffee, try a little Entenmann's coffee cake with it. I think you'll enjoy it. And then I want you to come back and apologize to me for laughing at the old guy snacks.
So just really curious, where do we get the DeLorean to travel back to 1955 to get the Entenmann's, Justin? I'm just curious. Where do we pull the 1.21 gigawatts to get us to 1955?
What the fuck is what is a gigawatt anyway? What is that comparable to?
Bringing Entenmann's on the show next week.
It's a bolt of lightning, Neil Jackson. That's what it's comparable to.
Hey, for DJ Train in the chat, brlcoffeeco.com.
Thank you,
yeah,
Train.
Armadis Jenna, by the way, thank you for keeping the chat room in line. Not that you ever have to. These folks are amazing. But yeah, thank you, Jenna, for being there. She just posted a link to brlcoffeeco.com as well. And gentlemen, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for a great last 6 months, and looking forward to more ridiculous shows with you in the future.
Hell yeah.
And Hannah Girl, Christmas.
Jen, you signed up for this
as
shit.
A guest, and I'm gonna just yell at you people. I mean, not that it would be any different than
you people. What does you people mean?
I got a lot of problems with you people.
Jesus.
Honestly,
and my coffee company's racist?
Sorry, I'm gonna call an audible. Maybe we should do a Festivus episode on the 23rd.
Yes. Wait. Yeah. Okay. I'm in. Festivus.
Maybe we should do a Festivus episode on the 23rd. And I have no problem doing 2 episodes in a week. Neil, if you want to do something on Friday as well, we could jump on together. But maybe we do a Festivus episode because it's a Festivus for the rest of us. We could have an airing of grievances, perhaps maybe a feat of strength. What else are we missing? I got a poll.
The airing of grievances that's all I care about. That's what I'm here for.
Here's my metal poll. I find tinsel distracting.
So guys, who are we rating? Neil.
William Lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Call.
I watched
William
the stream while I was boxing up coffee, man. That dude, he throws down. I was blown away, actually.
William's great. You know, not only you know a great DJ, but just good people too. So
He's the best.
You know, can't say enough good things about him.
That is true. All right, people. Thank you for coming. I am going to hit this raid button right this second. And then we are going to say goodbye and then go raid William Lifestyle. So stick around. And we're going to bring him on the show one of these days. One of these days, William is coming on this show. Bye, guys.
See you next Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific.